Welcome to our guide on navigating the playingcards.io platform. We use playingcards.io for most of our games in Online Playful Math, or OPM, so it's important to familiarize yourself with the platform. In this video, we'll go over 1. How to access the playingcards.io platform, 2. How to access game boards specific to Online Playful Math, and 3. How to make changes to the game boards. To access the platform, type playingcards.io in your web browser. This will bring you to its main page. You'll see that playingcards.io has a variety of games that can be played. For example, here we see Crazy Eights and chess. Users are able to create and save their own game boards, and Online Playful Math uses this feature to host individual rooms for all of our cohorts. To get started, you may log into the site using the login/signup buttons at the top right of the page. Here, you'll click the sign in with email button and avoid all the other sign-in options. When logging on, use the Robertson credentials provided to you in the guidebook. This login should only be used by you and not to be given to any of the students. This will ensure that you are given admin privileges when playing the OPM games. Now that you are logged in, you will see a list of games. Note that we will not be using the games that are found on the screen. Instead, we will access game rooms using the game links found in your Cohort Spreadsheets. Here's what your Cohort Spreadsheets will look like. You'll find a list of your students here and an area to the right where you can mark attendance. On the bottom left, you can click Parent Message to write out the weekly message sent to parents. We recommend doing this right after your session so you don't forget. To find the game links, click on the 6A or 6B tab. The number in front of A or B will correspond to your cohort number. The game links in the cohort spreadsheet take you directly to the game boards that have been tailor-made for the cohorts in our OPM program. Let's click on the 21 game link. On our screen here we have the game board for 21. Here are some common features you might find in other card games: playing cards, card holders, and different buttons with functionalities such as dealing, shuffling, and recalling cards. These buttons make gameplay quicker, which is helpful because you may play multiple rounds of a game throughout your session. Please be aware that you might accidentally click these buttons during the game, and so it can be moved using the toolbox function, like this. We'll click the briefcase that takes us into Edit Table. Then we can click the holder. And finally, we'll scroll all the way down and click Hide Recall button. And when you return, you'll see that it is no longer there. This functionality is also helpful when a student may decide to recall or shuffle the cards during one of your games. When you click on the toolbox, you will see these functions. For your OPM sessions, you will only need to focus on the Widgets category. In here, you will find card deck holders, different types of decks, dominoes, pieces, dice, and text options. The last one is really helpful when you want to write text on the board. The text can be used to write out playing order or for other labeling needs. You will also see that you can manipulate the game board. You can delete counters, card holders, and more. However, it is often best to leave the game board the way it is, as it can get confusing and may require an OPM admin to fix it. You can also click on the holders and edit the name of the players playing the game. For example, if you have a student named Zach, you can change the name on the card holder to Zach. We recommend setting up the game boards with the children's names ahead of your OPM class. This will help keep the session moving and allow everyone to easily keep track of whose cards are whose when playing the game. Next, let's look at the game board for Snakes and Ladders. The toolbox function in a game like Snakes and Ladders gives you the ability to delete or add game pieces. This can come in handy if you have a different number of students than what already exists on the board. To add or take away pieces, click on the collection over here and click Edit Collection. Go to Pieces, and here you can scroll through and add or remove game pieces. You can also add dice in case you do not want to use spinners. This can make the game more fun as we change the main mechanism for deciding how many spaces each player moves. Lastly, let's take a look at the game board for Wits and Wagers. Once you click on the toolbox, you'll notice that we have a similar layout, but the elements of this game board are slightly different. In Wits and Wagers, as an instructor, you will need to write your student's name and change what's written on the answer cards. To change a student's name, click on the card itself outside of the circle and proceed as before. To change an answer card, click within the circle. Notice that it says Edit Collection instead here. Go to Template, click on the text, and make sure the dropdown has all the same selected. Then type in the answer given by the student.